So, good afternoon, students. Let us continue the photosynthesis chapter with photosystem or pigment system or PS system. Okay. So, actually, what is photosystem? See, actually, photosystem is a group of coordinating photosynthetic pigments. Photosynthetic pigment molecules necessary to affect the photochemical act is called photosystem. Okay, it will be asked for 1 mark. What is photosystem? A group of coordinating photosynthetic pigment molecules necessary to affect photochemical act is called photosystem. Okay, see, the R. Emerson actually first suggested the existence of photosystem. Who suggested the photosystem? R. Emerson. Okay, and let us see the kinds of photosystem. So, according to R. Emerson, there are two kinds of photosystem, that is number 1 photosystem 1 and number 2 photosystem 2. Okay, so these are actually present in the membrane of grana lamellae and as well as the stroma lamellae. These two photosystem PS1 and PS2 shortly we can call, and they are present in the grana lamellae and as well as stroma lamellae. Okay, and let us discuss the both these systems one by one. First one is photosystem 1 or PS1. Actually, it is a smaller photosystem measuring about 110 degree angstrom. It is located both in grana lamellae and as well as the stroma lamellae, and its composition consists number 1 pigment molecule, number 2 electron carriers in the photochemical act. Okay, so let us see what is actually the pigment molecules present in the PS1 and which are the electron carriers. Okay, first pigment molecule. Pigment molecule includes both chlorophyll pigment and as well as carotenoid, and the chlorophyll pigment consists of chlorophyll pigment A670, chlorophyll pigment A690, chlorophyll pigment A700. Among the three, chlorophyll pigment A700 is very important in the photochemical act. And the next one is carotenoids. The carotenoids mostly beta carotene. Okay, the carotenoid mostly beta carotene, and next one is electron carriers. Actually, 5 different types of electron carriers present in the photosystem 1, and number 1 is ferredoxin reducing substance. It is shortly called as a FRD or FRS, and second one is ferredoxin. Okay, FD, and third one is cytochrome B6, fourth one cytochrome F, and sixth one is plastocyanin RPC. Okay, so these are all different electron carriers present in the photosystem 1. So what is the role of photosystem 1 in the photochemical act? See that actually there are many different roles with photosystem 1. Among number 1 is it takes part in trapping of sunlight energy and its conversion into chemical energy. Okay, so the first role of photosystem 1 is trapping of sunlight energy and its conversion into chemical energy. Second one is it involves the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation during light reaction in photosynthesis. Actually, the photosynthesis consists two different types of reaction. One is called dark reaction, which takes place during daytime, and other one is one is light reaction, which takes place during daytime, and the second one is dark reaction, usually takes place in during night time. Okay, and third role of PS1 is it also takes part in the production of assimilatory powers like NADS2 and ATP molecule. Okay, the both NADS2 and ATP molecules are the energy molecule we can say, or assimilatory molecule we can say. These are produced these photosystem 1. Okay, and the second one is photosystem 2 or PS2. So when compared to PS1, it is larger photosystem measuring about 185 degree angstrom. It is located in the surface or membrane of grana lamellae of the chloroplast, and it also made up of two things. One is called pigment molecule and other one is electron carrier, what we seen in PS1. Okay, now let us see the pigment molecules of photosystem 2. So the pigment molecule consists chlorophyll pigment A and chlorophyll pigment B, and the carotenoid consists mostly xanthophyll. Understood? Next is electron carriers. So here 4 different types of electron carriers present in the PS2. Number 1 is pheophytin, second one is plastoquinone or PQ, and the third one is cytochrome B6, and the fourth one is unknown protein Z and Mn++ complex. Okay, so these are the electron carriers of PS2. Now let us see the role of PS2 in photochemical function. See, actually it exhibits the 4 different types of photochemical role. Number 1 is it takes part in trapping of sunlight energy and its conversion into chemical energy. So as we seen in PS1, and it also involved in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, so actually PS1 involved cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, but PS2 involve only non-cyclic photophosphorylation. And one more important role of PS2 is it involves in photoionization of water, and as well as liberation of oxygen molecule. Okay, the fourth role is it takes part in production of assimilatory power, that is ATP molecule. Okay, so now let us see the difference between PS1 and the PS2. Okay, see, actually there are 5 major differences occur between PS1 and PS2. The first one is the PS1 is smaller and measuring about 110 angstrom, but PS2 is larger compared to PS1 and it is measuring about 185 degree angstrom. Okay, next is location. PS1 is located on the outer surface of both grana lamellae and as well as stroma lamellae, but PS2 located on the inner surface of only grana lamellae. And the third difference is here in PS1 chlorophyll pigment A700 is the reaction center molecule, but in PS2 chlorophyll pigment A680 is the reaction center molecule. The fourth difference is it involves both cyclic and non-cyclic electron transfer, PS1, but PS2 involves only non-cyclic electron transfer. And next difference between PS1 and PS2, that is in PS1, see the electron, it can function independently and loss association with PS2, but PS2 function only in association with the PS1. Okay, so these are the major differences between PS1 and PS2, and usually in the examination these differences between PS1 and PS2 asked for 3 marks. That's why, so keep it in mind, so thorough it well. So next is the mechanism of photosynthesis. So far we studied the chlorophyll pigment, their structure details, and then pigment molecules, and afterwards photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, their role and also differences. Now we have to study the mechanism which are involved in photosynthesis process, which is an anabolic process. Okay, so actually the photosynthesis involves 2 major phases, that is number 1 is the dark phase and number 1 is light phase, number 2 is a dark phase. Okay, let us take the first one, light phase. It is also called as a photochemical reaction or Hill's reaction. Okay, and this phase of light and actually this light phase is a light dependent reaction. Light phase is a light dependent reaction, and during this process the solar energy is converted into chemical energy in the form of ATP and NADPS2. You see, the both ATP and NADPS2 are energy assimilatory molecule. They are produced during a light reaction. Okay, so the With the help of chlorophyll pigment, the ATP and NADPH2 are produced and the water is utilized and oxygen is released as a byproduct during the process. Okay, next is the site of light reaction is particularly the grana lamellae. The site of the light reaction is grana lamellae. During light phase, the process of photophosphorylation takes place. Okay, during daytime, this process in the form of photophosphorylation takes place, and the synthesis of ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate molecule in the presence of light with the help of chlorophyll pigment is called photophosphorylation. Actually, this process was the process of photophosphorylation was discovered by Professor Arnon. Arnon. So he actually discovered the photophosphorylation. Okay. Next, the photophosphorylation usually takes place in two ways. The first way is called cyclic photophosphorylation, and second one is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Both are important from the point of examination, and both will be asked for 5 marks each. Okay. Number 1, cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, let us see in detail how it takes place during daytime. Okay, under light phase of reaction. You see the formation of ATP. Let us see first the cyclic photophosphorylation. The formation of ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate by the cyclic transfer of electron ejected from chlorophyll pigment A700 through the electron carriers is called cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, and actually one more question, this one, what is cyclic photophosphorylation? If they ask, you have to write what I said now. Okay, so let us see the process of cyclic photophosphorylation. Actually, this process involves only PS1, that is photosystem 1, and it takes place in grana lamellae and as well as the stroma lamellae of chloroplast in the presence of light. And the sequence of electron transport is a cyclical one. It takes place in a cyclical manner. Only ATP molecule are formed during cyclic electron transport. When a molecule of chlorophyll pigment A700 absorbs a photon of light and it gets excited and an energy rich electron is expelled from it. Okay, this electron passes along a series of electron carrier like FRD, that means FRD or FRS, ferrodoxin reducing substance, then FD, ferrodoxin and cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F, and then PC, plastocyanin. Okay, the plastocyanin transfer the electron to the ionized chlorophyll pigment A700. Okay, and during the transfer of electron, see, it loses a little amount of electrical energy. This electrical energy is used to convert the low energy inorganic phosphate molecule to form ATP from ADP molecule. So this reaction can be represented ADP plus inorganic phosphate, so arrow mark light plus chlorophyll pigment. So at the on the reactor product side ATP. Okay, see what all the process I explained under cyclic photophosphorylation you may see. So with this you may understand with this diagram. You see at one side there is mentioned chlorophyll pigment A700. This is called as actually PS1. PS1 consists the chlorophyll pigment in the form of chlorophyll pigment A700, which is active pigment. Okay, so when light energy struck on this PS1, so the chlorophyll pigment A700 absorbed the light energy and then it converted into chemical energy. So when energy is converted into chemical energy, the pigment is get energized. That time, that chlorophyll pigment A700 expelled electron. Okay, that can be seen in the diagram. That electron goes to FRS, which is an electron carrier. You see, FRS receives. After receiving FRS, it transports into FD. From FD to see cytochrome B6. Okay, between FD and cytochrome B6, so during transfer, some amount of energy, free energy get released. That free energy is absorbed by both ADP and inorganic phosphate molecule, so that they produce ATP, which can be called as a phosphorylation or photophosphorylation. So between FD and cytochrome B6 junction, we may see the production of ATP through photophosphorylation. Next, the cytochrome B6, see, transport electron to cytochrome F. So during the time also, some amount of free energy released, that free energy get absorbed by both ADP and inorganic phosphate molecule and produces ATP through a process known as once again photophosphorylation. So this way, so FD, between FD and cytochrome B6 and between cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F, we can see the generation of ATP molecule. Okay, so through what is known as photophosphorylation. And finally the cytochrome F transport electron to plastocyanin, and from the plastocyanin the electron transported once again back to the PS1 or photosystem 1 system. This way the released electron from PS1 so again come back to the same region. Okay, so that is why this photophosphorylation is called cyclic photophosphorylation. Understood? So with this I am stopping here, and in the next class I will continue with another photophosphorylation, that is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Thank you.